WrestleCast. This is Izzy Moreno, and you're watching Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC, and joining me is, yes, my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hola. I'm back, guys.
We got that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And, of course, Big Mike.
What's up, guys? It's Big Mike 2020. 2024? Yeah. Sorry. The dynamics are thrown off. I'm sorry.
Because I'm sorry, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm here. Oh my god.
The OG Countdown City WrestleCast crew is here. Yes. All four of us. It's been a while.
Ooh,
we said OG,
sorry.
so I was like...
Yeah, well, yeah.
For like 3 months.
I mean, I was OG.
I know. That's what I mean. That's why I was like, oh, I'll get out of here.
Yes. Oh, God. We got a pretty packed episode and
Burnsy's
a lot
already
of news. Burnsy's already there. What is up? How
Hello.
goes it? Yes. We are going to be talking, obviously, you guys have seen it. It's on the title. If you guys are watching it, we're going to talk all about the Royal Rumble later on, discussing all of that. We're going to recap the Hybrid Experience and the RCW Rumble Royale shows that took place this past weekend. And I guess some news happened in WWE, maybe just like a little bit of stuff. I don't know. We're going to talk all about that.
I missed it.
Possibly.
I mean, it was, this, that.
Well, you guys got to tell me because I don't know what happened.
Let's jump right into that, actually. That's a good place to start. Wrestling news-wise, yes, a lot went on earlier in the week. Some surprise news. First of all, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson officially owns the Rock trademark. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that either, but apparently
Like, hasn't he been referred to as The Rock in many things?
Well, when you think about it, when he's in movies, he can't use Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's just Dwayne Johnson.
I guess I feel like he has, but maybe I just assumed.
Yeah. That's what everyone
I think he did when they were WWE produced movies, like in the Rundown.
Yeah.
I think we all just assumed because who else is The Rock?
Right.
It's probably a Mandela effect. We probably just heard it, like
it's the name of a movie, but yeah. Anyway, so he, as part of this is basically all stems from the fact that he has joined the TKO board of directors, and if you don't know, TKO is the parent company of WWE and the UFC.
Is he at the head of that table? Was that the table?
I was about to say.
Definitely, Mike.
I mean, board of directors. Maybe not the head of the table, but at least he's at the table. Roman Reigns, not so much. You're not there yet, buddy. But when you think about it, years later, call this long-term booking, The Rock and Triple H are now part of the corporation once again together, if you think about this. So
you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Exactly.
Big facts, my dude.
Yes.
Big facts.
And we figured, that's the biggest news. Okay, cool. The Rock's on the board of directors and everything. And then WWE's like, yeah, guess what, guys? In 2025, we're moving Raw to Netflix.
What?
Research. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it'll pay off.
I mean, for $5 billion,
well, right.
I'll do whatever I do. Like,
that's true.
For $5 billion, you can put it on Tubi. You can put it on
whatever you want.
Right? Exactly.
Yo, Raw on Tubi would be hilarious.
Yes. Raw on Tubi, everybody gets it free, right? So the deal is it's 10 years, $5 billion, but Netflix has the option at 5 years to exit the deal and extend it for another 10 years. So in essence, this could become a 15-year deal. Obviously exceeds anything that USA or any other network paid for it. We know that previously they already announced that SmackDown was going to be moving to USA and NXT was going to move to CW. The interesting part of this is that the current deal for Raw on USA Network ends October of this year. And the Netflix deal doesn't start until January. So what the hell is Raw going to do for 2 months? That's the biggest question there.
Interesting.
Including one that goes through Survivor Series, one of their big shows.
Exactly. So that's kind of in the air, but
Tubi. There's the Tubi.
Tubi. Hey, there you go. Tubi, yeah. Jason?
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit,
Dude,
Jason.
so
And
dude.
let me say, when it comes out,
HBO Max.
Yeah.
well, I
Well,
think
that's
also
gonna be
probably.
something I'm gonna discuss here in a second. But here's the
Yeah.
interesting part of this. Nick Khan, the day that was announced, went on the Pat McAfee show. He was a guest on there, obviously with Satellite, was discussing the deal. Um, Essentially, the biggest thing about this is they made a point to say that Monday night is going to be dropped from the Raw name completely. And part of that is the fact that basically we may not necessarily see Raw streaming on Mondays. With Netflix's flexibility, they could move it to Tuesdays, whatever day they basically see fit.
Could they not make it live at all?
I mean, look, we know
is
Netflix's
weird.
track record with live events.
Yeah,
Allow the
that's
Love
the
is Blind
thing.
reunion. Remember that fiasco, Tina?
Oh God, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that was bad. It was the
But-
next day because it crashed.
It gives them a year, so
they got time to figure this shit
Yeah.
out, basically, right?
Yeah.
But another piece of this is that Nick Khan made it a point to say on the Pat McAfee show, there's a lot of stuff on Mondays. Whereas under for years WWE was like, we're not just competing with WCW or AEW.
okay?
You're competing with. You right, babe?
I water went the wrong way.
Do you need to run
Okay. I
downstairs
was
and do
like, what are you all right?
the, do you need to run downstairs and do the Heimlich maneuver?
I might.
I am downstairs. Oh, I am.
Oh, that's what I
him.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Possibly.
Anyway,
Excuse me.
okay. Nick Khan made a point, and this is coming from the company that was always like, we compete with the NFL, we compete with the NBA, we compete with every other programming out there. But he made it a point on the Pat McAfee show that, we're going up against Monday Night Football. We're going up against some marquee games that with the flex scheduling that the NFL has with Monday Night Football, the college football playoff, the college football national championship, some high profile things that come up, and we're all this going on. We're only pulling a 0.6 rating on Raw. So, you okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm okay.
All these years, I still take your breath away. I see. So,
Oh my God, stop it.
Wow.
Tommy, me and you
Carry
need to get
them
out of here. We'll go.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, we'll do the show later on another time.
anyway, that was an interesting take to me. That Nick Khan's basically saying, "Look, we can't compete on Mondays. We're going to go to Netflix and see where they put us."
So the thing is, I mean, I guess it's an experiment in the sense that,
Yeah.
if it's not live, can you just be like, here are the weekly shows for Raw and SmackDown. Watch them at
Yeah.
some point. The story will next week, move on. Like that. That's interesting if it's not, because even with football going to Prime, it's the live football games when
Could
they happen.
Could you technically still record them on Mondays and then post them on Tuesdays? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
This seems really weird to me. I thought of all the choices that they had, Netflix was not what they would go with.
Money talks, bro. Money.
I
talks.
guess.
I'm just surprised Netflix had found that much money.
I think the thing is, it's weird because it's never been done before. So maybe
Yeah.
it's something that could innovate, or maybe it's something that sinks.
I thought, if anything, Peacock might have had a shot because Peacock had been
Oh,
streaming some NFL games and stuff. But
Yeah.
the funny part is now it's going to actually cost more to watch Raw than it is to watch pay-per-views. Because Peacock is a lot cheaper than Netflix.
Yeah, and because Netflix has already said the freaking prices are going up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They got to pay the $5 billion somehow, bro.
Yeah.
okay, well, that's part of it. Who is Netflix? Are Netflix users a winner or loser here on this?
Loser. Sorry, it flew out before I could stop it.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
I mean, once Stranger Things finishes, is there any reason to still have Netflix?
Love is Blind because they've already filmed season 6, 7, and they're
which
working on
does.
8 and 9 right
Yeah,
now.
Love is Blind, definitely.
Okay.
They've already finished filming. They've already finished 2 seasons.
If they ever
of it,
do The
and
Circle
they're
again.
filming 8 and 9. The Circle is that's the thing.
Okay, well then they're winners because
here's the thing though.
you for a while.
Netflix is kind of in a little bit of turmoil. There's actually a couple of lawsuits around Love is Blind right now, especially with the most recent season. And that's a story for another podcast. But
I was gonna say,
it
I
is.
used to do that podcast on another day. So
yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
get together. Ryan Angela do that Island of Reality. We gotta get that back because there's a lot to talk about.
Oh my gosh, we don't have time.
The thing is they're paying this much money. They're going to increase the price of Netflix just to pay for this shit. Basically what's going to happen. That price is going to go up.
Well, they already said they're getting rid of the $15.99 no ads one, so
Yeah,
at some
they
point. So.
tried the ads thing at some point, right? My biggest
No,
question
thank
though
you.
is with around AEW. Does this help or hurt AEW?
I feel like it helps.
Yeah.
I feel like it helps get them to Max at some point. Like, because I have heard, I thought I saw something this week after the WWE announcement that AEW could be looking to go to like a streaming hybrid type show
Yeah.
at this point. So, would it be worth it if Netflix? See, that's the thing. If
That's
now
a
they
good
move it from
question.
Peacock to Netflix, then that does change things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, Tommy.
Okay.
What is it?
Hey, Ryan joined too. We'll talk. We'll get
Hey,
to your question.
Ryan.
Hey, Cecil,
You know,
what's up,
that
man?
could happen. I think the deal with Peacock expires. Geez, I don't even know. A couple years from now.
I feel
When
like
did
it's a
they
few
start?
years out.
I feel like-
26
Yeah, it's a
maybe?
few years out. Internationally, this actually puts all WWE content on Netflix because Netflix already now.
And the network's going away all internationally.
Yes, so
Yeah.
all WWE content internationally is going to be on Netflix. But once the deal with Peacock expires, they could
When's
potentially, when they signed it, it was a 5-year deal. I want to say that was a few years ago, so it might be like 2 or 3 more years out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in that contract as far as extensions to it, so we'll see. But that would be a huge loss for Peacock. Oh, there you go. Everybody knows Tommy, right? So,
Just-
Tommy.
In indie wrestling, it's 6 degrees of Tommy.
Mr.
So.
Popular.
now Ryan is a
Cecil.
big. Speaking of the Island of Reality podcast, Ryan is one of the guys. Him and his wife Angela do the Island of Reality podcast. It's been a while. We got to get together.
Yeah, we
But
haven't
he
done
also
that
does
in
Alva
forever.
City Movie Talk. Gets a lot of Netflix stuff. It's a huge win for Netflix. Sports, true, but
Well,
come on, Ryan. We tried to watch the Love Is Blind live reunion. That didn't go so well. They
yeah,
really got to
that's
fix
the
this stuff
only
out.
thing. It crashed and it didn't happen until they had to tape it and it came out the next day. That's how
Yeah.
bad it was. So if
So-
they can figure all that out, we'll see.
Cecil,
What's
we'll
with the
get to that.
pro-
We'll get to that. Trust me.
We're gonna get to that, Cecil. Don't
I
worry.
think this helps AEW more than anything too.
Yeah,
because,
I think it does.
especially with the deal they have with TNT and TBS, they could potentially move Dynamite to Mondays to fill that void.
Yeah.
You know, and people are so used to watching. Well, especially when the non football season, they're gonna say, hey, people want to watch wrestling on Mondays. Hey, let's go check out AEW, and this is going to really boost what they have.
Okay, so let's speaking of that, bring it back to that point of like we're losing money on Monday Night Football. Okay, while that is a significant amount, that's 18 weeks out of 52 that you're losing money.
19 if you count the playoffs now.
That's
So,
yeah. Okay, so you
Oh,
count
yeah.
19.
Yeah.
But it's like okay, I get it. That's a good stretch of time, but is this new experiment going to be worth it? If will that?
I saw a
that
funny
void?
tweet earlier today that said Netflix said, "Yeah, we may be $14 billion in debt. Now we're $19 billion in debt because we got and with WWE." So
Thank you, Ryan, doing a quick research. So
It's-
2 more years on the Peacock
2 more
deal.
years, okay.
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ryan.
It's definitely a wager, if you will. It's definitely a risk, but the thing is, WWE's kind of a machine right now. Like, it's
Yeah.
really hard to dent it or kind of because like they're just making money. Like every time they have a Raw, it's like, oh, they reported this is the highest grossing Raw at this city in this arena. Like
Mhm.
pay-per-view after Raw after pay-per-view, like they're making more money than ever. So I feel like it's kind of hard to bring it down that quickly. So
Yeah.
But the
Or Ring
thing
of
is,
Honor.
it's possible though. Like
it's possible. It's just it's going to take something. So
yeah, I can see Max taking on the
Wrestling
rest. Yeah,
program.
That's a big one with AEW especially. So,
but that's just my thing. It's like, yeah, they are a machine. It's really hard to touch, and that's all really good points. But I don't know. To me, the risk isn't worth the reward. That's just my personal opinion, and that's just from an outsider standpoint. I could be completely wrong, and I've been wrong before. This could all work out flawlessly. Well, not flawlessly, but it could work out. They could work the kinks out in a few months. And it turns out to be the best deals of all time, and I could be completely wrong. I just, as it stands, I don't see it working. That's just my point of view. That's it.
I agree.
that's right.
Yeah, it's
We'll see what happens though.
Yeah,
Surprise us.
so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and great, because more wrestling, so we all win. So what do I care?
I mean,
That's a very good question, James.
That's
Yeah.
actually that's a valid response. That's a
Netflix by
valid point.
itself right now is already at that line of, do I need to keep this on?
Yeah, I keep
Now,
it mostly because
WWE would be a big plus, but if you're just going to increase it too, Twitter gives you a lot of info. I follow a lot of podcasts that review all the shows for the week.
If you look in the right corner of the web, you can get everything for free.
They post enough clips on YouTube.
I haven't seen Birchill wrestle in a while, but I'm sure there's pirates somewhere. So
yeah. But how much is too much? Well, let's think about it. The original WWE Network was $9.99.
Yeah.
Peacock is $4.99 a month, US dollars. Obviously, with inflation, things are increasing. Now you're getting Raw.
Just Raw, because it's not SmackDown or
it's not SmackDown. Although that's the goal eventually.
And for a couple, I don't know. And for a couple of years, like you just said, it won't be all the pay-per-view stuff. So it's just Raw.
I mean, maybe they have a special WWE rate of $9.99, right? I mean, honestly, I don't know how much Netflix is now. We kind of borrow my parents, but sorry.
I
say that out loud.
We live in the house with you, so that's
exactly, of course. So we're all on one count.
Exactly. Of course.
Yeah, exactly. So same last name, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Same first name, so
yeah. See, that's true. That's true. So I don't know. It's $10 a month, $15 a month. I don't know. That's interesting.
It sounds like it's going up though, because like I said,
yeah.
I think they instituted recently some ads, cheaper ones. But I saw something like their cheapest no ads, like the way it used to be is $15.99, and they're going to get rid of that and go up. So it may be $20 or something.
So they're basically passing the cost of this on to the consumer.
That's so I just checked. So their one with ads is $6.99, and I have the current one, which is $15.49 without ads. That's what I have.
Right.
And if that's going up, I don't care how much I like to rewatch like Blue Assassins and stuff like that. I don't need it, bro. Like for real. Like I can rewatch something else because it ain't worth it to me for all that.
Look at Ryan coming in.
Ryan is coming through with the facts.
Look, you have
what exactly does premium give you?
Exactly.
Premium gives you like more devices. I think like more people can.
I think more people can connect with it.
Which
That's
it's just them being.
That might be.
Tax not included, of course.
Of course, yeah.
I'm gonna take a page out of my boss's book and blame capitalism. So.
Oh dang.
4K no ads. Oh my gosh.
That's that, dude. See, this is why I still go CD Exchange.
You better have a freaking movie theater in your house for that price. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And charge for people to watch it.
Or only watch Netflix. You don't watch nothing else.
Yeah.
Now you guys say, I mean, Tommy said you're not sure if this is gonna work. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, of course, because in essence, when Netflix, obviously people
at the very beginning,
Netflix originally was a mail to rent place.
I was gonna say we're showing our age, but
no kidding.
Yes. You guys remember GameFly? Wow, right?
Oh man, I never used GameFly. I just bought games. Like seriously.
We're really.
Anyways, I kept Albertsons and HEB Video Central.
Anyways, back on the Countdown City Nostalgia Cast.
Yes, exactly.
Suncoast Video, dude. That was my heaven back in the day.
Yeah.
Same.
So this you guys say this couldn't work. There's no way this is gonna work. Tommy's like, this is gonna fail.
Yeah.
People thought WWE was crazy for going live with wrestling back in the day.
This is true.
There was a time when live wrestling was unheard of. You're going to do this for how long? Every week? And look where they are now.
Yeah.
It is just crazy that after all this time, they're taking Raw off the airwaves. It's not going to be on.
But also, JC, remember, we've been watching long enough. It went live, and then it didn't go live, and then it was every other week live. Like, I know, like we said, WWE's a juggernaut right now. Let's forget, even in the past 20 years, it's had its up and downs with the show and stuff like that. So
not wrong.
Yeah, I mean it is a risk. It really is, but we'll see what happens.
Like I said, it could pay off, and I could be completely wrong. But as it currently stands, I just don't see it working out as well as they are hoping it will. And if I'm wrong, cool. I'm just a dude on the internet. So
the other interesting piece of this now is the UFC, because UFC and WWE are under the same company. UFC currently has a deal where all their pay-per-views appear on ESPN Plus, and they have ESPN Plus stuff right there. Obviously, you still have to pay the extra to watch them. You have to wonder if TKO is going to potentially negotiate when that contract comes up to move UFC pay-per-views to Netflix and allow Netflix to do live sporting events.
Well,
Obviously, it'll be an extra cost,
Yeah.
but
and again, the question is, are they trying to get everything to Netflix? Because it is just Raw. But like you said, we looked at the contracts for these other things.
We got to bow to our Netflix and Disney overlords at this point because they're trying to control everything. So, yeah, Jason, exactly. The network was a risk too, but that was more on the level of, well, how are workers going to get paid? How are wrestlers going to get paid?
Remember when Punk was real upset about that?
Yeah,
be okay with it now.
How are we? If they were on the card, they got a percentage of pay-per-view buys. Now, how do you do that? So,
if we're gonna talk about the number thing CM Punk was upset about, and then apparently has walked back on, we're gonna be here a long time.
That's another podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, it remains to be seen, but this has been a highly debated topic. It's gone back and forth. We figure, okay, that's going to be probably the biggest news for WWE this week.
Oh God!
And then around noon today,
and then today.
Oh, JC froze.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, but
how did he freeze and I didn't?
I don't know.
I think it's his computer specifically.
Yeah.
So
what we're about to talk is about Vince McMahon lawsuit.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm going to say this because I honestly don't want to go into the details of what's in the report. You can find them.
Yeah,
it's horrible to read, and it's just simple. If he's okay,
all right.
Hey,
we'll come back.
Our fearless leader's back.
WWE is watching. Is like, no, we're not going to talk about it.
But they only attacked your screen. They're like, damn it! I thought that would take the whole thing down.
Before I get to that, actually, yes, that is still happening for certain pay-per-views. There are still people that rent
there is
on
people that still do
standard
it.
pay-per-view, which, by the way, it's still $70 for WrestleMania. Yeah, so
2 nights. Yeah. Do you get both nights?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know how it's been 2 nights.
How that works. Yeah.
I wonder.
So yes, all that stuff. Let's try this again before they try and cut me off again.
I said it.
And
already,
a lawsuit hits that involves good old Mr. Vince McMahon.
I swore I thought your camera was gonna freeze right as you said that again. I had money on it.
Yeah, Ryan. Hey, if you can pull that off, let me know. He's very good at getting press access to a lot of shows. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. Anyway, more comment here.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way.
Yeah, that's not the problem with it.
All right, so let's talk about this. Yeah, the lawsuit is essentially accusing Vince McMahon of sex abuse and sex trafficking.
Yes.
And yes,
yikes.
Brock Lesnar. It's not potentially named, but when you put in there somebody that was involved with WWE and the UFC, that really narrows the list.
That narrows it down.
And they were trying to re-sign. It was all very specific.
So this is basically alleged lawsuit filed by former WWE staffer Janelle Grant. She alleged that Chairman CEO Grant sexually abused her and sex trafficked others within the company. She had signed an NDA with basically $3 million of hush money, but only $1 million of it had been paid. And she hadn't been paid anything since. So, and her understanding is, okay, that deal's off. I'm going public with this. The details are a little crazy, but this is probably
go out there and read it
worst.
yourself.
This is probably the worst lawsuit to be aimed at Vince McMahon at this point.
Pretty bad.
And that's saying
the specifics of it. This is involving a lot of sexual abuse. This is involving him basically prostituting her out, so to speak. So it's
bad.
It's really
very,
bad.
very bad.
I'll let you go read the details for yourself.
Go read it yourself.
Yeah, it's out there. You want to find it?
Yes.
Look for it.
Look for Bleacher Report. Go to the WWE section. It's the very first news article you pull up.
Oh, yeah. When did we find out? A few hours ago.
Yeah. It dropped earlier today.
I found it like 11 o'clock today. I was like, get ready for work.
You sent it to us at noon.
As I understand it, Vince is still on the board, right?
He still has
Yes.
some position within TKO, yeah.
TKO, yes.
Do you think promoting The Rock to the board means they might have gotten a heads up about this lawsuit and say, hey, we got to
Probably.
kind of cover?
Probably.
I honestly want to say I kind of want to believe no, and that this was happening anyway, because to promote even to a board member takes a bit.
Well,
So I want to say no, but
Tommy might be right also because Vince was at. They were ringing the bell with Rock and Triple H. He was there.
That's
He was
true.
in all the press photos. So you feel like if they were getting ahead, that they would have maybe told
Not had
them
him there.
stay home.
Hey,
So,
stay home. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Hey, Vince, we don't need
They
you for
should have
this
done that a
photo
long
op.
time ago, but
Yeah. This is horrible stuff. Why Lesnar's involved with it is that he's essentially being one of the guys that Vince was trying to get this girl to do some stuff to convince him to stay with WWE.
That was like part of one of the contracts or something.
Something like that.
I was like, what?
Best way I could describe it is go make some content so that we can send it to Lesnar. And Lesnar, to his part, did not partake. That news has come out. He had
That we
no
know of.
involvement with it. There was no involvement. If you've seen his wife, he's got no reason to. Trust me.
Yeah, I was
I mean
So-
that doesn't mean anything for guys like that. I mean, look at
You know, for all that Lesnar is, he's a very family guy, humble, down to earth. I don't see him doing that too.
Yeah.
you know allegations
You
about him from way
never
back at the
know.
beginning of his time there, right?
Yeah, but that was
Exposing
before he was
himself
married.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I'm just
don't.
saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to get anybody off the hook for this one. Like honestly, if I can just say it real quick, if any of it's true, they all need to go to jail to the fullest extent. Anyone
Yeah.
involved, and just get them all out of there because it's disgusting and
Yes.
no place for it.
Well, the sad part is we don't know if there's going to be any criminal charges coming from this because it is a civil lawsuit, and I'm not exactly sure what the statute of limitations is on when this allegedly took place.
Yeah.
I feel like things like that should have a really long statute of limitations.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? And if criminal charges, if they investigate it, maybe some criminal charges could come out of it. But good luck, right? So, let's see. When I was listening,
Well, there's another person who doesn't need to be involved in wrestling, honestly, but
yeah. Look, when it comes to this kind of stuff, you got Vince McMahon, you got Ric Flair, you got Joey Ryan. There's people that you just don't associate with wrestling anymore.
Well,
so.
Wasn't there a big thing too about like he had multiple people he was paying hush money to, and that's why he got in trouble with the board of WWE because he was paying money.
And I feel like those little old facts.
So it's got to be more than one.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. I'm sure
he had to go back, if I remember correctly, because he used WWE funds instead of personal funds to make those payments. Yeah. So
well, supposedly, and even if they're personal funds, because he's in such a high position, he has to report that.
Yeah.
That was sort of the issue with that. But then, like we said, when that happened, obviously he stepped down. But we said, I guarantee you, within 6 months, he's going to be back. And sure enough, he was. So he's going to find a way, one way or another, to get out of this. And that's the shitty part of it is he shouldn't.
Right.
But obviously, he sold the company to TKO. Maybe this might be it. Maybe they get him out.
That's the thing. Now there's Ari Emanuel and Nick Khan, and like maybe they have enough power now to be like, stay home, stay away, don't come back here anymore.
It's embarrassing for the company, and it's embarrassing for the UFC too. So it's something that they need to just get done with. And like, I don't always like cancel culture, but this is the guy that needs to be canceled at this point. So
cancel culture has gotten out of hand in recent years, but every now and again they're right on the money.
So
truth.
Yeah. So if you want all the juicy details, read at your own risk. Obviously, don't let your kids read it; they know how to read and all that stuff. So, but research, form your own opinion on it, and we'll see what the result of this lawsuit is, because this couldn't have come at a worse time for WWE, especially with the news about the whole Netflix deal. So. Let's see. Oh, yeah, possible.
James, I hope he's gone.
Well,
like JC just said, you never
who's
know
on the
then.
board is kind of a public thing, so they kind of have to publicly announce that he's not on the board anymore, that sort of thing. So, So. All right. Well, let's move
We
on
got some
to
positive stuff.
let's move on to other stuff. How about the shows that took place this past weekend? One that we all attended, the hybrid experience, new year, new hybrid experiences. First show for the hybrid school of wrestling this year, and the last show with Terry as the ring announcer. And dare I say, one of the best spears I've ever seen fucking live.
That was,
Oh my gosh, that was really
that was
good.
such
Yes.
It's like you're gonna
Yeah.
get to do it once. Make it
Yeah.
count.
Hell of a sell there, Don Juan. So yeah. Tina, we'll start with you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, because you're on our podcast and you're, amazing.
Okay.
Your thoughts on the show? What stood out to
Well,
you from the hybrid?
I'll think about this for a second. Honestly, the only thing I was really paying attention to besides some of the matches was my kids. They really, it's really awesome to see our kids just getting really into it and excited, just like we used to. When me and JC would go, we were dating, we'd first go and we'd be like yelling and screaming and stuff. And now our kids kind of do that.
They're the
And
ones
it
making
corrects me.
signs. Yeah.
Yeah, they make signs at home and they bring them to the show. And obviously Izzy, coming out, my kids love her. So as soon as she comes out, they're just running over there like, I gotta go give her a hug. Yeah. So they love to see Izzy every single time, of course. Yeah. Yep, there's the sign.
So cute.
Yeah.
It says boo. It says boo #you suck on the sign.
He made a sign on the other say it's like yay on the like you flip it on the other side. He's got a thing for both.
I think
So
Addie
They throw 'em so
I think our
fast.
daughter actually made it, and then Jay just was like, "I'm gonna use it."
yeah.
Well,
So-
you know how our joke on the show is that like anytime you watch local wrestling clips, you can hear Tommy.
Yeah.
We have to add Jay to that list now because you can hear him. He is a menace, and it's awesome.
He's just it's funny because he just starts yelling at the quietest moment.
Yeah.
It can be so quiet, and all of a sudden, hey, you suck, man. And it's like,
Yeah.
what? Jay, be quiet.
What are
Although,
you doing?
although I had him rolling with Calientita.
Oh my gosh.
Beat the
Stop it.
Takis out of her. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh my, that was horrible. That was
What?
horrible.
No, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. She deserved every bit of that. I don't care.
I have a story about her from out of that show after y'all left. Get to that. in a
Okay,
minute.
we'll get to
Well,
that.
so-
But probably. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tina.
Also, like just it's great seeing some wrestlers they're brand new to me, so of course I don't know who they are, so I'm watching them obviously because they're brand new to me because I don't go as much as I used to, but it's nice to see like former obviously former wrestlers and wrestlers that we've seen for a while, like Marvel and Don Juan, and and then eventually I heard about Andromeda coming back too. Let's not talk about that one right now, but seeing one of my coworkers too. He used to go to the shows, and now he's
That
in the
we've
show.
had on the podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
Stud Stash,
so-
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Stud Stash, so it was really cool to see that, and just to see how what you would say our generation and then the new generation wrestling. It's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then of course our kids being the next generation fans.
The new generation of obnoxious fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez Louise.
Tommy, I have to ask if you're freaking out over the fact that you had to cheer for the River City Kingdom.
The alignment of the Texas multiverse of wrestling, right? It has its ebbs and flows, but every now and again it has this violent crash, right? that should destroy the space-time continuum, right? And right will be cheering for Rob Love, but any way, shape, or form should be where that crash occurs, but it was weird.
Tell me, I do got to tell you a funny story about that real quick because you had to take off early. JC and Tina taking off the kids. I was there with Jason and we were talking to some of the people, and I went up to Rob and I was like, man, because we were just about to leave by the door. He was by the door, and I go, oh, good show, man. I was like, I don't know if you know this, but you had Tommy like he felt really weird, like cheering for you in weird places, like. He's always kind of in character. He was like, oh, man, we said it's a new year, it's a new place. I know it's kind of weird for him, but we're turning over a new leaf. Then go to the next day. I know we're going to talk more about that show. And he's old Rob King with Stud Stash and on that show. So I said the same thing to him. I was like, I thought it was New Year, New Me. He's like, it's the building, man. I came back.
Something about being at a
it's
church,
whatever.
right? Yeah. So.
Well, when I booed him there, all was right with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jason.
appreciate it,
Oh,
Jason.
gosh,
Yes,
yes.
this is the time of year when it's good to
It
be
was
there.
so nice.
Yeah.
It was so nice not to be melting in there.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
What's up, Jesse?
Hi,
Yeah.
Jesse. That's another friend of mine, guys.
Hello.
Oh no,
Hello.
literally,
Of
really?
course, duh, Tommy. Duh.
Chinga
Like,
madre.
we didn't know
Yes,
that. Duh.
of
You know
course.
everybody.
You know
What?
why? Because
What?
hashtag
That
everybody
sounds-
knows Tommy. Exactly. So,
Popular, popular, Mr.
Yes.
Popular.
all right. Back to what we're talking about here. Let's see here. Jay's shows were great. Didn't get much sleep between the 2 days. I'll live an hour plus away from San Antonio work. Oh my God.
Gosh.
Jesus.
Damn,
So-
dude.
Hey,
Hey,
that's
appreciate
commitment.
the dedication, James.
Yeah,
so-
no, you need to go before the men's row, bro. Get some sleep, dude.
Heck yeah.
Seriously.
Mike, your thoughts on the hybrid experience?
They're always fun shows.
Yeah.
You know, like like I'm in particular, me and Tommy are big fans of the Flock and Brawlers who lost to the Kingdom, unfortunately, but I guess they were good guys.
Okay.
What's up?
Go ahead. You just reminded me of something from that match, but we'll get to
Okay,
it.
I think I know what you're
Oh.
talking about, and I have something for that too. But
Yeah.
also the Treats versus Living in Fashion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Living in Fashion has the best entrance. I don't know what to tell you.
Tommy, don't drink
it's-
when you're talking about living in fashion.
It's
by the way.
hilarious,
Yeah.
and I love it. And
They're hilarious.
Yeah,
They're
and-
hilarious.
the BFF Express.
David Kidd
you know,
and Izzy
David
Bruno.
Kidd-
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a great match. They had tap outs, but the ref decided he was gonna actually pay attention for once.
Well, it wasn't Vance Jackson, who wasn't that bad most of the night, you know?
Yeah,
So,
well,
I mean, but he
so-
existed, so therefore he was.
and Callie technically got a win against Izzy. Not
Now,
Even
hold on.
Jay-
Hold on a
even
second.
Jay
Hold on.
was booing the ref.
Wait. I'm going to say this because Kylie and Tita's like two fans, like, you know, probably related to her or know her or something like that.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Oh
all
my
this
God, don't
shit.
be mean.
No, I'm going to be mean to them because they deserve it. Look,
Hey,
fine. Oh, she got to win. Great. She still can't beat Izzy. She still can't pin Izzy.
No,
she
she
still
had
can't
that
make
even
Izzy tap
one-on-one.
out.
She had
Izzy still whoop her
Yeah, that's true.
ass. Izzy's still gonna beat the Takis out of her. That's
Oh,
just
Jesus.
the fucking truth. So
Look.
don't come at me like, oh, you bet she won. Yeah, that's dogs. The sun shines on a dog's ass every
Okay,
once in a while. That's
Robbie.
basically what happened. So you know.
Yeah.
so. Like I feel like they were taking it more personally than we were booing
Yeah.
against Caliente. But I don't know if you heard them at the end of the show when Terry was doing his thing and he called you up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard them. They were like, "Yeah, finally shut that guy up." Terry goes, "No, he's filming for me. He films all my stuff."
No, I didn't even say that. And because like pretty much at this point, whenever
Oops, wrong
someone
one.
tells me,
Ah, James, three fans.
Okay,
Oh,
three
yes.
fans. Aye.
no, James, we're gonna hate. I'm gonna hate. I will unapologetically hate.
I feel
But
like if I took a poster of
I
a picture of a
don't know her
Takis
well
bag and
enough
ripped it in
yet.
half, yeah.
I don't
so-
know her well enough yet, but every time I see her, she's wrestling against Izzy, so I can't really
Yeah.
cheer for her
I know
because
she
my
did not
kids,
beat Izzy.
my
but
kids love her,
No.
so
Yeah.
I can't be like, you know what I mean?
No, she's
Yeah.
not spicy at all. She's not even mild.
Oh
so,
my
you know.
gosh!
Mike's in here too.
Mike's
Oh.
in the
Four
chat. Oh
fans.
my God, Mike's in the chat.
4 fans. Yeah. so-
But Mike knows I'm going to call her mild sauce all the time. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, hey, I can't. I mean, I'm always gonna boo her because it's hilarious. And I mean, we have that great picture of me and the rest of Cholas.
yeah, that is.
You know,
ridiculous.
I'm having the greatest day, and they hate me again. High school all over again.
Okay.
Oh my
I'll boo her
gosh.
until she can see over the top rope. That's just the way it's going.
Oh my
So
god!
I do want to share
What?
this before we go over to
What'd I say?
RCW. You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
So after the show, you guys left.
Yeah.
Izzy, being a good hybrid student, was helping them with the ring and stuff. Apparently, Tommy got hit by a steel chair, from what I've been told now. And Callie and Tita came up and threatened me.
Uh-huh.
She bullied me,
Oh,
and she forced me into a wager for the Women's Rumble that if she won the Women's RCW Rumble, I would have to claim myself her #1 fan, buy her merch, and then the kicker, burn my Izzy shirt.
oh,
Okay,
she lost,
first
but
of all-
still.
Right. And there's a picture of her like threatening me with the fist
Ooh.
and stuff.
Okay, well,
First
So
of
that's
all-
what that was
First
about.
of all,
I was
why
wondering.
was she threatening you instead of picking up the ring like the rest of the other hybrid students were doing?
I
So,
don't
you know,
know.
The
I
fact
know.
that
That out there.
the fact that Mike started that conversation with that Izzy was being a good student.
you hurt
I was
me.
like, you were doing that on purpose, Mike.
The list is long and distinguished, James.
I was going to say, James, I don't know who you're aiming that question at.
Not
You're talking
me.
about me.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name anymore, but she was.
No, you heard JC once though with the cash in.
Well, that was because I was the host.
Yeah, Jason was there. Jason saw me get bullied.
Yeah.
By the way, we were going to have a women's show again. Probably never.
James, blasphemy! How dare you?
She's a good, honest kid.
Yeah, she is very, very good.
James, James, how dare you?
Yeah.
Ripping people's arms off is not clean, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
Good wrestling.
Look, Mike. From now on, you need to. What you do is you go to Walmart.
Oh gosh.
You buy like the little bag of Takis.
Oh Jesus.
And the next time she comes up to you, you just kind of like here you go, and throw it and run the other way. That's what you do to just get her to go. And that's.
Hold on, let me write this down.
This guy.
Write it down. Walmart, and they have like 7 different flavors of Takis. Apparently, Walmart has all of them. I had no fucking idea. No, 11 now.
This man actually got a pad and a pen and started writing.
Walmart.
Okay,
you like the little bags of Takis? Okay.
The only reason we know this is because my nephew, my crazy nephew,
I think I know
he wanted Takis for Christmas,
Right.
and we went to Walmart, and they had like 7 different kinds. So my kids, being my kids, they bought one of each.
Yes, for Christmas. So you get the little ones. Not too spicy because she's not really spicy, right?
Oh Jesus!
Get those, and just kind of like have them under your shirt, and then if she comes near you, just kind of like show her, and she gets all thing, and then throw them that direction and run the other way, and then know. So that's
I did have a
damn
plan
JC.
to bring,
what?
To bring
I'm
Hot
gonna try
Cheetos and Big Red to the next RCW show.
Oh wow!
Make sure they're Hot Cheetos.
I need to go.
Look,
this is getting too much.
Tina, I think you'll know about this because the joke was always Hot Cheetos. And I was like, no, I teach on the west side. It's Takis, man. They can't always.
It's Takis on the south side too. Tina will attest.
No. It's Dynamitas.
Dynamitas.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the south side, I'm just saying because I eat them and the kids eat them.
On a side note, look up the documentary Flaming Hot. Really good stuff. Really cool. Yeah. So
my lunch bag is right here.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Dino.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Lucas too, just in case.
Those are the best.
Good Show Hybrid. From there, it moved into the Good Shepherd Activity Center, where apparently King Rob becomes like full on heel, as we found out earlier.
Dude, last week it was busy as hell.
Yeah, this was a sold out show. Of course, if you missed it, you can go log into Title Match Network to rewatch.
And honestly, it's worth it because I did watch the 2 Rumbles again over the weekend.
Didn't get to see it live. Unfortunately, we had some stuff go on. Yeah, but
and it was sold out.
Talk about that later. It was sold out. We're gonna watch it, but some stuff came up. But we're planning to check it out because of all things, we got kind of a Mick Foley, Don Juan kind of moment here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean,
and I'm sad that I missed that.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to start there, in the men's rumble, it was Don Juan was number 1, Devin Carter number 2, and of course, if you've been going to RCW, they have quite a bit of heat with each other. Yes. Well, Devin Carter eliminates him before the first 2 minutes are up, and we're all kind of shocked. Not gonna lie, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Don Juan goes out right off the bat. Yeah, and then they have a full 30-man rumble. And the way they played it is when number 30 comes, Devin Carter's music hits again, which is Dancing Queen by ABBA.
Yeah.
Right? So, so first of all, if you watch this...
He's using the same music? I didn't realize.
Yeah, but Devin's in the ring. He's getting beat up throughout the entire rumble, starting from the beginning.
It felt like if you were in this rumble, your mandate was get in the ring, immediately hit Devin Carter, and then attack everybody else. Because that poor dude, I was like, I asked several times, what did he do?
That's messed up.
But then when he heard his music toward the end, it's like he hulked up, and he was confused, like, wait, that's my music. And they
that is not. No offense.
Well, okay, well, in the context of modern day RCW,
let's be real.
Yes.
OG, he's not the OG to where he's this. Okay,
Tommy, that's you with PSA and Gia Michelle.
Andromeda. That is Andromeda's music. Sorry.
No, right. But he's like, that's the song I come out to.
Yeah,
and then,
of course.
And Andromeda does, and it was actually kind of funny because after having heat with Don Juan and throwing him out, they like become best friends,
which is weird.
and
to
they
think
do
about.
eliminate, I think, 1 or 2 people
Yeah.
before Andromeda goes, I didn't forget, and then tosses Devin out after all of that.
Yeah.
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 Wow, that's
yeah,
funny.
he really was. But yeah, I do have the entrance and eliminations for both Rumbles. If y'all want to talk about anything, some of the special people that showed up. Surprise!
What happened to-
Who were the
what
final
happened to-
4? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tina.
What happened to Yoshi? Because Jason just said one
Oh
thing.
my
Poor Yoshi.
God, bro!
What happened to him?
You remember Yoshi from Hybrid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Yo,
basically pulled a bushwhacker.
Oh.
Came in, they grabbed him immediately and tossed him out the other side.
Oh.
I mean, it was
Did
like
he walk out like this
sneezed.
too? Or
No,
No,
because he was looking all
he
serious.
ran
That's
from
great,
the
though.
ring, all
Yeah,
the
he-
spirit in the world, and
So it was more like a
nailed him.
Santino thing. It was more like a
Well,
Santino
but he did
thing.
go back. Like he did go across. So in that part, it was
Oh,
like a
okay.
bushwhacker.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a mix.
Or a Sean Stasiak. Didn't that happen once?
Yeah, Sean
Maybe.
Stasiak, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but thankfully, according to Mike's bet, she didn't win.
No, we could talk about the women's here in a bit
No.
because they had quite a few.
You know, Mike was
interesting-
probably like, whoosh.
Yeah.
Look, Tommy knows this. I literally tweeted about this thing on Twitter, and I was like, "Please, Jasmine or Alejandra win this," and one of them did. And I actually was saying nice things about Jasmine, so I was desperate. So
I gotta ask, Tommy, how concerned were you that Jasmine was gonna pull this off? Because she got to the final 4. I
Oh my
assume?
gosh.
no, she did not.
Oh, she
Oh,
didn't.
she did.
She went out pretty early for what it was worth.
What?
She
Yeah.
was
That's
third.
interesting.
So okay, if you want to talk about the women's,
Yeah.
one of the Cholas was first. A Big Red normally goes by Ridley Thorne, and then Callie was second.
Okay.
So they start off and they kind of wrestle for a little bit. Jasmine was third, right? And she has a little beef with the Cholas because they interfered in her match against Maddie in RCW several months ago. So they
Need to
did
get her
that.
some Takis to mess with them. That's what I
Oh
need
my
to do.
God. Enough with the
But
duckies, man.
Just saying.
Jasmine was eliminated 8th. Like she did not
Wow.
last as long as
Wow.
we all- And I don't know if something was going on a personal note because she wasn't there afterwards for like to meet and greet or whatever. So
Maybe she had to get out, or who knows?
Oh,
I
She
don't know if they
might have
tossed her over the
leave.
top and then she went right out the door. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Who knows?
a couple
Maybe
of
she had to work the
surprises
show the
there
next
you
day
may
or
have heard
something.
of. Felicia Extreme.
Yeah,
Oh,
Felicia. How about
Yeah,
that? So,
we
Felicia.
were so because she was like doing an interview with herself all the way to the ring. So
Yeah. If you
Oh,
watch,
you're kidding me.
no, she had the
No.
cameraman was following her. She had a mic. We couldn't hear it, of course, but she was talking on
Yeah.
the mic and everything as she got in the ring.
and
Oh,
it was,
wow.
and by that time, all 4 Cholas within. They had thrown out. So they had thrown out Victoria.
Mosh.
And then Victoria Mosh, and then Jasmine had did one of those things where she wasn't eliminated, but she rolled outside for about
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes, which is why we thought she was doing that to last to the end, but no. So Felicia kind of lasted for a minute or two, kind of dodging, get hit, dodge, but they eventually tossed her out. And then the next entrance was Pink,
Yeah.
which was cool. But she apparently, and if you listen, they were like, she's the OG Chola. She probably tells them how, taught them how to be Cholas. And, so they just kind of friended, like she gave them like cookies or like those little caramel
Takis.
Mexican No. Like,
Stop with the
What?
duckies.
I mean, it is the joke we use for them all.
Is
the
it the
time.
Yeah.
mazapan?
I think so. It looked
The
like it.
mazapan?
It was hard to tell. And then
Mike's
she's
over
like,
there like, see. Yeah. So.
They're like beige and they have like a little flower on the cover part.
I know
It
what
might
you're
have
talking
been
about, but it was hard to tell because
Yeah.
Mazapan.
Yeah. That
And
too.
actually, speaking of that, Jason Key was next. Key has the most heat with the Cholas because the Cholas were her girls first, and then joined Maddie because Maddie gave them Takis and Big Red. It's from what we understood.
He came out
That's
with a
what
baseball
it
bat.
Oh my
That's
God.
what it is.
That's gonna be the thing.
Yeah, it is the joke for them. But Key came out with a
Yeah.
baseball bat to even the odds a bit.
Yeah.
She eliminated or helped eliminate 2 of them. Another one of them is named Celine Hysteria, and the other one's Lisa. And I think they went out pretty quick after
Yeah. After
Vibe showed up. Yeah.
So that's everything.
I laughed
Who
loudly
won
at their
both?
picture on
Okay.
Because I don't even know who won.
So the final
you told me,
4
but I
for the
forgot.
women's. No, it's okay. Was Shiva, Danny B, Emmy Camacho, and Alejandra Quintanilla, the La Leona.
Alejandra
So
Leona.
before we came on here tonight, we did an interview with Nastico.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hot
that
Cheetos.
did help.
Hot Cheetos in the ring.
Saying you. Telling you. Southside.
It does help.
Yeah.
Right? Nastico is the manager of Alejandra, and he helped her win. Alejandra is the new women's champion. He literally
Oh.
pulled Danny B's foot off the apron, pulled her down. And then Emmy, because Emmy was once one of his clients too, and he talks about this in our
I
interview.
remember that whole ordeal. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So Alejandra knocks her off the apron into Nastico's arms. And then it's like, do I put her back? Do I drop her? Do I put her back? And then he just drops her. He literally
Wow.
just drops her. And
Wow.
Alejandra wins. So Alejandra's the new women's champ, obviously, because Maddie, had to forfeit the belt to go become Ren. So
Ren Sinclair. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of that name, by the way?
I mean,
it has to grow on me.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of has to grow on
But
me too,
I told Mike the reason why. It's because we've known her so long. It's never like any person we're a fan of, and then we're like they'll get a new name. We've known her, you know, and that's
I think
why.
also psychologically, it's Maddie Renkowski shortened to Ren Sinclair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like it hits shorter. But for her, they're giving her time. So this early.
Oh yeah, the new title.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
and a little shout out on that belt, by the way. I don't know if you guys
Pink.
realized it.
Yeah.
Pink is featured on it. She's the first RCW Honors Hall of
She
Famer.
posted some stuff about that. Yeah.
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 I'm very proud of her. Some of y'all don't know this, but she and I go way back. I'm talking like
Elementary school.
So yeah, it's pretty cool that we're still able to connect all these years later, and very proud of her to see that she's going to be, in essence, immortalized on that belt with her logo on the
told me that,
plates.
I was like, no freaking way. You said
Yeah.
I was
So,
like, what the hell?
And I talk to her pretty much every day.
And just as she's told my wife, interacting with my son, that's JC all over again. Apparently, I don't know. I guess I was the same way. I have no idea. So
when she met Jay, she was like, he was talking to something, and she goes, "Oh my god!" When I go, "What?" That's freaking JC as a kid. And I go, "What?" And he goes, "That's JC exactly like JC as a kid."
Oh yeah.
He's as she put it, a Mr. Know-it-all, a Mr. little Mr. Know-it-all. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Interesting.
Yeah. So you get a
don't
glimpse
know.
into when I was a kid. Apparently, that's just like Jay. So yeah.
Yeah.
So congrats. First of all, to all the women's division, and yes, especially congrats to Pink. Very proud of you, longtime friend. So
Yeah.
come a long way from St. John Bosco, haven't we? Yeah. So, yeah.
I do have one little conclusion to the Callie story after she lost and got tossed out, because she did get tossed out by Alejandra, who eventually won, who Tommy and I are big fans of, and we talked about. We also tried to get her to drop Nastico for several months because he cost her a couple matches back when, but I guess he helped her out in this one. So, but I did go up to her after this show and was like, "Haha, I didn't win. I don't have to burn my Izzy shirt." And she was like, "I should have punched you when I had the chance." So,
I hear that all the time.
So is she going to be holding a bag of Takis? I just have to ask if that's what the plate's going to feature. I'm just throwing it out there. So
wait, she would be on a custom belt you have coming up. Is it like a junior's belt, or?
Oh my god!
Is it?
It's one of those little foam ones that they sell for the kids. Yeah. So
is it? Does it only wrap around your wrist, or does it actually fit around?
Oh my god!
It's one of the belt buckles.
Yes, Jason. There's honestly quite a few matchups out of that.
Hey,
I forgot.
Really good.
I don't know if you saw.
See, I'm glad you appreciate the joke there, James. Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
So,
I don't know if you guys saw two instances. One, Miranda Gordy and Chivo kind of becoming friends during the Rumble, and also there was a picture afterwards that they took a picture with Katie Forbes, and I'm like, new faction? So yeah.
Oh, did you see the unique offense Katie Forbes used to attack Alejandra?
Yes.
So when you watch this, I'm gonna not say anymore. I want Tina and JC to watch this at some point.
Yes.
Okay.
Katie Forbes, with the help of Shiva and Miranda Gordy, attacks Alejandra in a very unique way in the middle of the ring.
Feeling I know how.
but just go watch it and then
Yeah, but I can watch it with the kids, babe. Just let you know. Um,
Okay. I don't know
men's
if I want to
Rumble
see
winner
this.
was Bomir, correct?
Boromir.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because he had a match with Khan a few months ago.
They're gonna tag it on the second for us.
Just tag our Twitter at @CCG_WrestleCast at the very top of the screen.
Yeah,
Right
it's
there. So,
on IG. It's full Countdown City WrestleCast. Dude, tag us, bro.
Just
please.
put attention JC/Tina. No.
Oh my gosh.
Just make sure you get intellectual property rights from Takis.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, we're talking about the belt. I thought we were talking about
Yikes.
Overall, a good weekend of shows. It sounds like.
It was.
You know, it is. It's doing it the right way. So what's coming up then? Mission Pro has February 10th. Hybrid Experience announced their next show is February 24th, which is a Saturday.
Yep.
And then RCW is running the next day, a Sunday, February 25th.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, of course, RCW also has April 20th, 20.
There is a March show for RCW at Hybrid.
Okay.
I think March 17th.
Also,
kind of an interesting flip to it.
Yeah, and I think BOW might be in March. I got to double
16th.
check that.
I'm pretty sure it's the 16th, right?
Well, these are in the first week of the month. Oh, but that's right. AEW is running that week. So
yeah,
with Sting's last match too.
Or maybe the 9th. What's the week before the 9th?
I think so.
9th is
Might be March 9th.
Right when spring break kicks off. Yeah.
And Ultimate Women's Wrestling is February the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, with a lot of stars, Caliente's on that one too.
All right.
Yeah.
More Takis.
So I guess I should be happy for her, but I will boo her relentlessly, and no one will know why.
No, we all know why.
I mean, UWW won't know why. They're why? They'll be like, why does that one black guy hate her so much?
Because she comes out with that fucking attitude.
But again, Tommy, they say that about you with like 75 different wrestlers. So.
I know, but that's true.
Like, I still understand why you hate Jasmine Laura.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, have you ever explained it?
Yeah.
At
you
least
did interview. She seemed like a nice person, so I mean, you know.
Mine has at least come around storyline.
But that was her hiding the pure evil that she has inside of her.
See, at least mine has a reason now. Like, I was a fan for a long time until she attacked Izzy, and then as a high school teacher, I was like, look, you can't attack 16-year-olds from behind. I have to draw a line somewhere. You were like from the jump. I hate you.
The tale between me and Jasmine and Laura be long and strenuous. It started on that dark and black day. Why don't you stop me before I get to you with this voice, please?
No.
Just let it go, dude. Let it go.
You're like, what's happening?
She told us at a show once that she has the clip in her phone of Tommy cheering for her. So
that is awesome.
We must
I hope if you ever call or text her for some reason,
I'll throw it back up.
That's the audio.
Maybe we can get the clip and we can play it on here.
We should just get Tommy.
We do it all the time.
I was going to say, I think we do have it.
You should have it unless someone's taking it off the list.
No,
this is not Tommy cheering though. This is an interaction that they've had multiple.
Oh my goodness, this is funny. You found it?
I gotta find it.
It's got to be in those videos right there, no?
Please don't tell me you're gonna play this video again.
Might be in the videos. Let me see.
Play this video again. Why are we still talking about this?
Because it's one of our openers. Is that what you're talking about? The liner you use?
No, he's talking about the clip where he's like, "Let's go, Jasmine." Remember that one?
Please stop playing this video again.
That,
why are we still talking about this? There's other things for us to talk about, and we're still talking about this.
Okay.
Move on.
What else is going on this weekend wrestling-wise, Tommy? Come on.
Well, let's get into that. It's a very good segue. The WWE Royal Rumble finally, hopefully, something positive with everything else WWE had going on this week.
Of course, typical WWE stealing from an indie show because of the Rumble.
Oh my god.
Look, let me just say this. Shout out Brandon Oliver, who has really taken this whole parody intellectual property right thing to the fullest fucking extent.
Oh my god.
Not taking the whole 97 Rumble logo, making it the Rumble Royale is fucking genius. In your house to in our house, amazing. A great job, Brandon. It's awesome.
I've got nothing but good things to say about how he's been doing it. No. James. I swear.
Oh my god.
Dude. Don't play with me. Bring that sign, bro. Don't play.
Well, I thought it was 4.
If you bring that, I'm gonna take my whiteboard and translate that into Spanish for the Spanish speakers in there.
You go.
So
you don't speak Spanish.
I'll Google translate it.
That
jeez.
never stopped him before.
Yeah, see.
Truth.
There is 4, but Michael lives far away. He doesn't come to RCW really, so
Oh, okay. So it's
yeah,
like a
Oh,
dotted
okay.
line fan kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
RCW, see, exactly.
Must
RCW
be
Mania, exactly.
must be
So,
present to be a. No, I'm kidding.
right.
Well, he does show up for Mission Pro, and she just debuted
Oh,
there.
there you go.
Yeah. All right, so Royal Rumble itself has a few matches on the cards, and we're like 4 matches total on the card. We're gonna be making some picks on this one, guys. So we're gonna start with the United States Championship. Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens. Mike, we'll start with you. What do you think here?
There is no way I'm going to pick Logan Paul over Kevin Owens. I'm sure he might cheat or something, but there's no way I can pick it with good conscience. So Kevin Owens.
Okay, Tommy.
Oh please, Kevin Owens.
All right, Tina.
If we asked our kids, they would say Logan Paul because Prime. But I am not. But I am not them, so I will play. I am going to pick KO.
There you go.
All right. Look, I've said it before. Yeah, Prime is pretty fucking good. It's great. But interesting things to note here. My daughter just did a science experiment.
Dude, you're gonna mention this?
I'm gonna experiment because this is for the science fair of what kind of a drink would like take the most dirt off a penny. Prime didn't win, but it was up there. That's a little scary for what's going to be put into my system. Yeah, so
It's pretty gross.
I am not going to be drinking Prime for the foreseeable future for that. But
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I mean, Coke does the same thing.
Well, it was Coke won. Coca-Cola won.
Coke was the winner.
And
But
then
yeah,
Big
I
Red
haven't had soda
Big Red
forever.
was second, but Prime was third, and it was
That's why
I don't
Mexicans
remember
got
what
those
flavor it
strong
was,
stomachs.
but you could see the rust like in there. It was disgusting.
Not a good look for a guy with Crohn's. But I will say this: as much as I would love KO to win, I don't think they're going to take this belt off Logan Paul till they get to Mania. So I'm picking Logan Paul to win here.
How dare you?
I know.
She said, "How dare you?"
Yeah.
Our kids are going to be like, yeah, Daddy Prime.
No values, JC.
Adi swore off Prime after that experiment too. I'm just gonna say that right now.
She
too.
did. She was like, "Oh, mommy, I don't know if I want to drink
I've been
that."
drinking that."
Smart kid.
So yeah. WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending us in a fatal 4-way against Randy Orton. Yes, there's the eyes right there. AJ Styles and L.A. Knight.
There were other people involved. I just assumed.
Yeah.
There are other people involved.
So Tina, I let you pick this one first.
Well, I'm assuming Roman Reigns is going to win and keep the belt for WrestleMania. But you think you know who I'm picking, but you really don't know. Because you think it's going to be Randy because it's my boyfriend, of course. But you also realize that my favorite wrestler is in this mix, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So I already know Roman Reigns is going to win probably, but I'm going to pick AJ Styles because it's AJ Styles.
Okay.
Sorry, Randy. Still love you.
Sorry, Randy. Keep the abs showing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And those beautiful blue eyes of you first.
No, I wish I was recording her reaction when Randy returns. Like, oh.
Well, y'all were telling me, y'all were messaging us like Randy came back, he's ripped, and I was like, "What?
Real quick,
hurry up, let's get home."
Before I go on, Tina, you'll appreciate this. I'll show my mom the clip of Orton returning, and she's like, "So you don't know about wrestling?" And like when Randy Orton's music hit, she didn't know whose music. He's like, "I don't know whose music that is." I was like, "Keep watching." She's like, "Is that Randy?" And I was like, "Yes, mom." She's like, "Oh."
See.
But on an unrelated note, my dad doesn't like Randy Orton.
I mean, I wonder why.
Weird.
Weird. I wonder why.
Or does he like Roman Reigns for some reason? I don't know.
Just doesn't do it for me. Yeah. So.
I mean, he should, but
anybody not picking Roman Reigns besides Tina?
No.
I know he's gonna win. LA Knight so bad.
I feel you.
Yeah. I just don't want to pick him.
And I know there's a lot of people out there when the Rock started talking coming back about, let Roman drop the belt here so Roman and Rock doesn't have to. There's no way after we had to sit through 3 years of this to drop it in this. And I don't mean that as any disrespect to Randy, AJ, or LA Knight, but there's no way you do that here.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
3 years. No, you're right. Yeah.
What if they put the Rock's board seat on the line in a match at WrestleMania? Throwing that out there.
Oh my God, no.
Title for board champion.
Though,
so he can be officially the head of the table.
Though it'd be cool if the Rock's music hits like right after he pins somebody or right in the middle to like distract him. but he still ends up winning, kind of thing.
You never know. Every time they set up one of these things for, hey, Roman could lose because you don't have to get pinned. They find
Would
a way.
y'all
Yeah,
accept
exactly.
Roman losing the belt if Rock did that? If he interfered or his music hit and distracted him?
I don't think Roman would still lose. I think he would either win and then the music would hit, or it would distract him a little bit, but then he would still win.
Yeah.
Because it would just be a moment of, distraction, not really, hey, you're gonna lose right now.
I'm with you, Jason, and goddamn it, I hope so. But
Jason, I got a theory in a minute.
I wish.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's not gonna happen. I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll see.
I don't have any tissues.
All right, women's Royal Rumble match. Now, officially, the people that have been announced has only announced 4 out of 30 entrants, but they're slacking a bit.
It doesn't matter. You know who I'm picking.
Yeah, me too.
Bailey,
I announced
Jack,
this
Becky,
like months ago. So
yeah, so I know Mike is picking. Let me write these down. Mike's picking Bailey.
Yep.
Tina.
Oh yeah, there you
Bailey,
go.
yeah,
Let's
she's
do
got
them.
the shirt.
Bailey.
So,
Duh.
Tommy.
Adi's still favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Even though she's a heel, she still loves her.
Yeah.
That's loyalty.
Tommy, who you going with?
You know what?
Oh, Tommy.
I'm gonna go Bailey. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bailey too.
What?
Yeah. It makes
I'm
sense.
going Bailey. The stars have aligned for this, and just to throw this out there, I'm going to go ahead and share something with you guys. We have some betting odds for the Women's Royal
here we
Rumble.
go.
Bailey is the obvious favorite at
Can't
7
see
to
that.
5. Let me zoom in here.
Still can't see
Ads.
that.
Of course, we got ads. Jesus.
What is this betting odds for ants?
Yeah, right.
I know. What is this?
Betting odds for
What is
ants.
this? The Center for Ants?
How's that? Better? All right.
Kind of.
This is the best I can do. Deal with it. All right. Bailey
Zoom in
7
some
to
more, dang
5. It's already at freaking 170%. 200%. There.
There we go. Better. That's
Ludicrous speed. Do it.
No. All right, Becky Lynch at 2 to 1, Jade Cargill 3 to 1. You got Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez up there, Bianca Belair.
If
Interestingly
Nia Jax is in the
enough,
Final Four, I swear to God.
Interestingly enough, Bailey's not even the favorite according to this. It's Raquel Rodriguez.
Doesn't she
So-
hurt though?
What?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Nine,
I mean,
She's
I'll
at-
take that.
she's at 9 to 10. Bailey's only 7 to 5. So
I mean, I'll take that.
Raquel's
but
actually
9,
the
to
favorite.
9 to 10 is less than 1.
Unless this is a typo and it's supposed to be
9 to 1?
1. That's possible. So
I assume it's 9 to 1.
yeah. So then you
But-
got I like how they put Mercedes Moné / Sasha Banks 12 to 1. So,
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know.
yeah.
So, what are the odds that AJ Lee comes back? Because I would love that.
Let's see if she's
I'd be
even
down for that.
here.
Is she on the list at all?
She's
Doesn't
not
look
on the
like it.
betting list, which is
Damn.
interesting.
Nikki Bella's on the list? Come on.
Of course she is.
It's not even Nikki Bella.
Oh, it's Nikki Cross. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but I meant like even if she was on there, like she's not even.
Oh,
a
it's
Bella.
Brie.
Brie.
Oh, that's right.
Nikki's
All right,
at 250 to
yeah,
1.
All right,
she's
it's,
on there.
all right. You're right. It's Nikki Garcia and
Right.
Brie Garcia.
Yeah. So these are some of the ones that are out there. Mia Yim, Tia Knox, Chelsea Green.
It is so sad that actual people on the roster are worse odds than people who aren't even signed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Roxanne. Cool.
Roxanne's got worse odds than half those people.
I know.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one here.
She's on
Obviously,
NXT.
this has been speculated a lot since we know her
Mhm.
contract's up with TNA. Very good chance we get Naomi back in WWE.
But
making
she
an
just
appearance here.
announced that she was in a match Thursday. That's why I was like
I think
confused.
it's taped. I
It's
think
taped,
Oh,
though. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're
And I-
pre-taped.
And I think
Okay,
that
that's
she-
why I was confused. I was like, what happened?
And I
think
think
it's a
at the
rematch,
taping,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said goodbye to the TNA
Crowd.
crowd,
Okay.
from what I understand.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So,
yeah,
do anybody have any surprises that they are hoping for either matches?
AJ Lee definitely is one of them.
I would love
yeah.
that.
AJ Lee kind of has to
Uh,
be.
I would like to see a Liv Morgan return if she's healthy.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if she's healthy, but if she is, definitely.
Okay.
I thought she's
so-
in TNA though.
Who?
Liv Morgan?
Liv Morgan?
Oh, I'm thinking of Dana Brooke. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so mine is if she's actually gonna sign her and they'll treat her right, is Julia. Mike, you know.
Oh.
Her contract's not up yet though from New Japan, isn't it? Or-
Maddie in the
or-
Rumble. Hey, it's
I don't
possible.
know if it was
Wait,
up
who,
yet.
Jason? I think you mean Ren.
I'm sorry, Ren. Yes.
Okay.
Now, if she walks out there, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Two quick things. when Brandon said, "Hey, look who that is in that battle royal 2 weeks ago," I turned it over and so I missed where they had the graphic for her or whatever. But I heard red, and in my head, I'm thinking
Oh
like
gosh.
REN.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then they showed it. I was like, oh, like Renkowski. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
The other thing is her character, because she had the singles match on Tuesday, is the complete opposite of what she's been doing for the last
Yeah.
couple years.
It's so
It's
weird
from
to
the
see her
main
as like
character to
a.
like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here. I don't know, I'm so nervous. It's like, whoa, that's weird.
That
Yeah.
is weird.
And I said
I
hope they
and I said that'll last 5 months.
Yeah,
I know. I was gonna say that'll last a few months, and then she'll probably be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
At least I
James,
hope.
don't piss Tommy off.
No.
Which one?
Yeah,
No.
see, Carmella. Interesting one here. Carmella and Alexa Bliss are in here. They've
They just
obviously
had
been off
babies.
TV. They just had
She
babies.
was,
so-
Jason. Actually, some of her.
I mean, it's possible. Some women
That's
have
true.
had babies in a few weeks. They just come for the Rumble, and then they're they
How
just
long ago
take a
did she
break
have the
again.
baby?
So
How long ago was it?
No, she
They
did.
both
Several
they both had it in like November and December.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think Carmella had hers in November, little boy, and
so
Alexa
some of
Bliss
it,
had it
yeah.
in December. So maybe Alexa Bliss is too soon.
Yeah, but they
no,
could.
I want to say Alexa had hers before that because I think she
They
just
could-
posted she took the baby to Disney World. So
They
I'm
could
gonna
also
find out.
they could
Okay.
also be creative about like what they do, so they don't actually have to do a
True.
lot
Oh,
of action stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, James, obviously, 100%.
Mhm.
She's better as a heel.
Yeah.
When she does the heel turn from this character, it's going to be great.
give it time. Yeah, give it time.
Also, Jason, I said the same thing. Because
you're
she had to act like a rookie newbie. She had some of those like anxious Izzy type movements in that first kind of backstage segment.
You're right. Alexa had hers in November, the end of
Okay.
November,
So a little
and
bit, so
then
about 2 months. Yeah.
It'd be close. It just depends on how she recovers from everything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Carmella's hers was before hers because her son just turned 2 months
And
old.
then I just saw at the bottom they're so disrespectful to Natalia, who's like the longest reigning member of the women's roster.
Yeah,
and,
she's
and
at
her
250
odds
to
are like
1.
worse than like everyone's.
Yeah, exactly. So
Horrible.
I like Natalia, but she's how I feel about her.
I
Sometimes
yeah,
she's a
no, I
little
know.
she's a little boring to watch.
I
mean,
really think
not
she
to
needs-
watch wrestle, but to talk.
Yeah, I think she
can't
needs to
really
leave
talk very
WWE
well.
and do like a Japan run or something. Honestly,
Or she should be like I mean, it should be funny or anything, but she should be the trainer, one of the trainers. She's
she's
a good wrestler. She can
does
train the
like
girls.
not for WWE, but like at their own school, they're at their own place.
Yeah.
all right, now men's Royal Rumble. This one is a little bit tougher to pick, right? Because
Am I allowed to choose not CM Punk, or do I have to pick an actual person?
yeah, you got to pick an actual person.
Okay.
And I will say this: Punk does have the best odds, but he's actually tied with somebody.
Brock.
No,
Is it with Brock?
It's Gunther, right?
it is
Gunther?
Gunther
Yeah,
and
it's
CM Punk are
Gunther.
tied for the best odds to win the Rumble. So, Mike, I'm going to
God.
go to you.
James.
Damn.
Well,
Oh man.
Damn.
oh Jesus Christ!
Woo!
That's hard.
Hey,
man.
she's a better she's a better wrestler than most jobbers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She is a very good wrestler. It's just
It's the mic work.
it's that mic work. She needs
And-
a lot of work.
I don't know, like we've said this for years. I don't mean to be like rude about it, but like you see her post online, and you're like, damn. And then she goes to the ring, and her get ups are just like not. I don't know. They make her look like cat lady half the time, and
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, Mike, I got to ask: do you think Gunther pulls it off here, especially the run he's had with the Intercontinental Championship?
I wish, but I just
Well-
can't pick him.
I know for a while they were talking about Gunther Lesnar, but I don't know if that's changed after today. So
Yeah.
I'm not really big on people winning back to back, but and I was gonna say this earlier. Maybe this is a crazy reverse psychology to get people back into Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
He has to finish the story at this point, right? I'm gonna pick Cody to win it back to back.
The
Back
Detroit
to back?
The Detroit Lions are going to finish the story before Cody does. So I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
Bro, if the Lions are going to the Super Bowl, I swear to God.
Okay, I need to run real quick to grab something. Go ahead and keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay, so Mike
Okay.
says Cody. Tommy, what about you?
I don't know, dude. I just
That's a great
Eddie,
comment.
yeah.
Uh, I mean,
So,
yeah, it's interesting how they would pull that one off too. Yeah, so
I hate it though when you like kind of already know who's gonna win, and then it happens, and you're just like, meh.
yeah.
But I get it.
I
All right, so who picked who?
wait on Tommy's pick. He's still thinking.
You know what? F it, man. I'm going Gunther. I don't even care anymore. Just
All
someone
right.
new, man. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. His performance last year, dude. Like, it
Yeah.
was so epic good, bro.
At the Rumble, at Mania, at pretty much every show.
Yeah.
Tina,
like,
what about you?
yeah, so Gunther.
I'm not a big fan of Gunther, you know that. But then again, I haven't seen very much of his stuff lately. I only when he first started.
You
I
wouldn't
don't know.
recognize him now. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's what I've seen pictures and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But
So
again, I'm not it's not to say that I'm not gonna like him now because I
Yeah.
haven't seen much stuff of him. But I'm just gonna go with Punk
okay.
because why not?
I have some reasons. No,
I
You
mean, I
know-
get it.
no,
I
I
get it,
know. I know.
but
Just kidding.
I have reasons why.
but I
not.
get it. Like ever since he's been there, ratings have gone up. So not gonna lie.
I have been saying since last year's WrestleMania, it's got to be Cody getting back there. It's got to be him. This is the long term, the down, the back up, getting back there, getting another shot. And then Punk returned, and it's like, what the fuck? Who do I choose now? So it's either CM Punk or it's Cody.
You
It's
flipping
CM
a coin.
Punk or it's Cody. Yes, I am flipping a coin.
Oh my God, JC.
Heads, it's CM Punk, and tails, it's Cody Rhodes. Here we go.
Is this how he makes decisions at home?
No,
All right,
I make the decisions.
tails, tails. So we're sticking with Cody. I'm just going with what I've been saying all year, and I'm gonna
That's
stick
hard.
with that.
I don't
So,
think. Is there ever been a winner back to back?
Oh, they're good.
yes,
There have
Steve
been-
Austin.
Yeah.
Did he win
Sean-
last year? Yeah, right.
Sean's
Austin-
done it. Austin's done it.
Austin,
Hogan's
Sean.
done it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Steve's the only one to win it 3 times.
Yes.
He didn't win
He's the one who
it
won
back to
it
back to
3
back.
And
but
I
yeah,
don't think they've had back to back since
Steve Austin. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
And
I
Steve
guess
didn't
it's
win it
possible.
back. Steve didn't win it back to back to back. He won it back to back, lost, then won it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the
4
loss was Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh wait, Hogan won it back to back. Shawn Michaels,
Yeah, Hogan,
Stone
Sean,
Cold,
and Austin, I think.
and that's it. Yeah, no one else has won it back to back since
Right.
Stone Cold did.
Austin. Yeah.
Yep.
All
So
right.
definitely could see
No,
Cody.
McMahon, then The Rock won it, and then Austin won it again.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a 2-year gap between him winning it. That's right.
Yeah. So now let's get to the odds. I gotta zoom.
Are you
in now
gonna
for you.
zoom in to 20 million
Yes.
percent?
So 200% here.
20%.
Obviously, as I mentioned, Punk and Gunther top odds.
The
Cody Rhodes.
Rock.
The Rock is in there.
What
Drew
the heck?
McIntyre. Here's an interesting one.
MJF.
It's because people
Oof.
believe he's going to show up.
Not gonna
What?
lie. I call this.
Let me go get my scarf.
I call this
Just
the
kidding.
Dallas Cowboy odds. And the reason I say that is because it doesn't matter how good or bad Dallas could be the worst, but because enough money will come in on them, Vegas will
Yeah.
always put them at 25-1 to start. This
You're
season.
not wrong.
Yes. So
Yep.
MJF's basically got the Dallas Cowboy odds right now.
You're right. It is really more about his popularity than his actual chance of being
Yeah.
in WWE.
So
Yeah.
MJF, America's team, boom, right there. Now here's one for Tommy.
Oh no.
Is it Calentita? No, it's a
No.
Just kidding.
Okay.
It kind of looks like you're from far
Now-
away. I'm like,
There's
okay.
a K in there. You're not
Okay.
right.
There is actually Okada listed on the betting odds. I don't think it's possible because his deal doesn't run out within New Japan until the end of the month.
Yeah.
But
And also, I'm just still terrified he's going to WWE. And the rumor is that he's going to NXT first. And I'm like, who the hell? Okay, never mind. That's another topic for another day.
if they put
Come
him on
on.
NXT, it's because they're trying to get those ratings up. There's no reason I
Can't
think.
you see Sean just being like, let me show you, kid, how to do this?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I love Sean,
I know. I'm just
but
messing
the
with you.
one person who you don't say, "Come here, kid, let me show you how to do this," is Okada.
Wait. I have to put the belt over what when I take a picture with it? Oh, sorry, Sean. That was
Dang,
a-
Roman Reigns odd.
He's not going to be in the match.
I know he's
the
not
only
gonna be,
reason
but
he'd
that's
in is if
crazy.
he lose. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Did-
Jason,
Johnny
I hope you're
Wrestling.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason, I hope
Wasn't
you're right.
that Lesnar's thing a couple years ago? He was the
Steve
champ, but he went in
Austin?
the.
Yeah, they always throw Steve Austin in there just in case. You never know. So yeah.
Same odds as
And the
Natty.
Miz. The Miz.
Poor Miz. No respect.
He's still getting his money. He don't give a crap.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know,
And he's married to Maurice, so he's always
I
Yes.
mean,
that,
yeah.
Exactly.
that man has just won. At this point, all
Yeah.
he's doing is making more money.
I
That's
know
all.
he has no shot at winning, but I love that we get to see Pete Dunne as a name again. And
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For
And
sure.
Otis. And Otis.
Yeah, Otis.
Yes.
He's got, yeah, look at him.
Right
Yeah.
there, 150 to
Trick
1.
Williams, NXT guy. That's pretty cool.
So what surprise do you think will be in this Rumble? Because to this point, they've only announced Rhodes, Punk, Nakamura, Lashley, McIntyre, Gunther, Kofi, and Damian Priest.
You know who I'm always going to pop for as a surprise? The Hurricane. Love to see
Dude.
if he shows up in
You,
these.
you know
Man,
who's going to show up? I'm telling you who's going to show up. It's going to be Nick Mysterio because R-Truth has been looking for him everywhere. So Nick's finally going to show up.
Why not Tim Mysterio?
Well, because
Or
Tom's
Tom.
always there. Apparently, he sees Tom all the time, but he hasn't seen Nick in a while. So Nick's going to show up. He's coming off of injury. Nick's going to be in the Rumble. So
Now, are they twins if they were born on different days? I know Big E and the New Day have thoughts about that, but
well, I mean,
Technically, yes.
technically, yeah. That's just that because like let's say one was like born like 11:50, the other was born like 12:10. That's still still.
Tyler Breeze would be hilarious.
Tyler Breeze would be amazing.
That would be awesome. So,
The difference between Natty and Miz is Miz can actually talk on a mic.
That's unfortunate.
Miz is expanded to like reality TV and all this other stuff. Like the
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude's
he
a
makes money
freaking star.
anyway. He
And
can.
honestly, I think in the ring, Natty's probably better.
Yes, I agree.
wrestling,
She is
but
better.
you're
Yeah.
right.
But
Biggie's
she-
in there at
but
50
but on
to
the
1.
that's where
mic,
they
you
trade
cannot.
off.
Oh, you know
That's
that
what they trade
is that Dave or
That's probably
is
a
that
Stud Stash. Yeah. So,
Yo, Big E,
yeah.
anytime.
What's
Yeah.
up
Mhm.
in the house?
So,
Also,
What about Matt Cardona or Zack Ryder?
maybe I would
Have they-
put Cardona
has this-
over
well,
Ryder.
no, he's got a contract. He's signed to TNA, isn't he?
No,
I thought
No,
he
He's
just got
still-
out of
he's
it. I
still
thought.
Indies.
Still in the Indies with
He showed up for
GCW.
some stuff, but he's
Oh,
still.
what about Perfect 10?
Yeah, he's gone from.
Sean Spears done for
AEW.
AEW. That's
Sean
very
Spears
true.
is
Another guy
Yeah.
who's winning at life. He don't need this either. So
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
they just announced that his wife is pregnant again, so he needs
that's
the money.
true.
exactly, he's winning
Yes.
at life. That's what I just said.
So
Jason.
if 10 comes on, okay. If Ty Dillinger comes out at 10,
Oh my god!
yes, dash day.
I just talked about you earlier
Yeah.
Yes,
And
you
you know,
from the RCW Rumble thing.
Stash, even though we talked about having to boo you and Rob at RCW, there was one guy that I almost had to beat up for you because he was yelling at you that's a fake Stash, and I was like, whoa.
Okay,
okay,
first of all, James, Stud Stash.
that's the line, guys.
Hold on, James.
We can't do that. Yeah.
Stud Stash is everyone's deal at this point. Just throw that out there right now. So,
Dude,
Yeah.
at the United shows, he really is.
yes. So, yeah.
I believe it.
But surprises. What do you guys think will be a surprise?
I already said mine.
Yeah, like I said, I'll go with Hurricane. I'm always good for that.
I mean, I'd be great with Zack Ryder or Perfect 10 or somebody like that coming out.
I
Mr.
want it
10.
to be Cardona and not Ryder.
True.
For him.
I
No, I
don't
know
know
what
how
you
that would
mean,
work.
but for him.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, I'd like to see him there. That'd be pretty cool because he's way more jacked than he used to be. Even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Jason, that's for the women's. Talk about
Yeah,
the
we
men's.
talked
Yeah, we
about
did.
that, but yeah,
we did talk
agree.
about that, and yes, we did
Yeah.
agree that AJ
I don't know.
would be awesome.
I don't know. I don't know who I want. I don't know who this.
Okay, what about Stardust early on
Oh Jesus.
and
No.
then Cody toward the end?
I
no.
think Cody would rather shoot himself.
No, thank
Wow. That would be insane.
Oh no! You know what? El Generico. I say it every year that at some point he's got to come back just for one more match. I say El Generico. That's right.
I'm down for that.
you. He's still in Mexico,
Um,
man.
I know, but I mean, those
That's
kids
true.
got to be grown by now, right? You know.
You know what? I'm taking a long shot.
Oh, Jason just said a good one.
What?
Tamatonga.
Oh, I thought you literally meant because of the old storyline. God.
No.
Oh, God. With
God.
Tonga's contract's up?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he just revealed that he said that he wants to wrestle somewhere in the States now. He said that. in an
Damn,
interview.
Jason, I was like, come on. That's a.
No,
You know what?
Jason, that's a good one.
I'm gonna throw this one out there just because I want to see this face off. Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb versus Bronson Reed.
Did you guys see?
Oh,
Did
it's
you
happened
guys?
before, but yes.
Did
Yes,
you
but
guys
in the
see-
Rumble, never been on
But did you?
WBT.
But did you guys see what Cobb put on social media recently?
What's that?
He's put a lot of
called
things.
out. He called out Bronson Reed and said, "Should we run this back?" Because they wrestled each other. He said that. Now, I don't know what his contract status is, but he said,
I would love to see it. I would love to see Cobb.
He tagged him and said, "Should we run this back?" Because they wrestled each other before.
Look, but before I say this, Mike, are you going to talk about what Big E talked about on your 1 minute warning?
What Big E talked about? No, I'm not.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk about it.
So, for those that haven't seen this video, Big E apparently said on the bump that he wants to get the biggest, meatiest, muscular guys in at WrestleMania for like a huge battle royal type match to determine who's like the manliest, meatiest, just bunch of big men slapping me kind of thing. We're talking like Big E. We're talking like Otis, whatever.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yes, Bronson Reed. Give me Jeff Cobb. Fuck it, Stud Stash. Let's go, bro. Get yourself in there.
If we're going to do this, you need to get Angel Camacho from RCW. The Puerto Rican Juggernaut is a legit 500 pounds.
Rest in peace, Massive. I hope you. I'd love for you to be here. See, look, Stud Stash right there. Meaty Slap Fest. He wants a part of this. Send a video. You can be a part of this, bro. Get the Stud Stash at WrestleMania.
My God.
Stash, you with the pillars was that, man. So
Yes.
That's also very true, actually.
Yeah. So I'm just
give me Al Bundy. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Give me help.
I'm gonna throw this out there. This has to happen now.
Oh, jeez.
I really want this to gain some traction here. Yeah, even Ted's jumping in on this.
I'm
This is
down with
freaking
you.
great. So yeah.
Big meaty men
Man, slapping me.
What is
Hashtag slap.
I'm through after meaty slap.
I'm
fest.
assuming, Tina, you haven't seen this video.
no?
I'm going to show you after the show. Don't worry about
No,
it.
You're also right,
what was his?
Jason.
But what was his name? From
Who?
ROH, and he did the commentary that one time.
Oh,
Oh my God. He wrestles, but he had the peacock.
Dalton
Dalton
Castle?
Yes, on the castle.
still
He did the
wrestles.
he did the commentary about the guys wrestling. He says
You're being a mountain of meat.
mountain of meat. That's right.
They should
I thought
let
you
him
were talking
have
about a big
conversation
guy.
sometimes,
So, yeah, there's.
That's what's
do
sticking
a
in my
whole lot
head
of
right
stuff.
now is that mountain of meat.
I'm just saying, you get Jeff Cobb in the Rumble. This Big E's match idea is going to happen. You call it, I don't know what you call it, the Big E Meat Fest or something. I have no idea.
Ew.
But the Meat Cup, I don't know.
Look,
So,
look.
Sold.
At this point, the Big E's Meat Fest probably is the name it's gonna get. That's an idea.
hold on. If this doesn't happen at Mania,
Okay, look.
it better fucking happen. I will be there, Stud Stash, if you book this shit on the South Side. I'm
Stash,
just gonna throw this
if
out
you
there.
book
Yeah,
somebody
we are there,
United,
buddy.
Call it the carne
Mike will
asada
join
match.
the match, I'm sure. Yes. So
Call it the carne
know?
asada
Look,
match.
Stash,
Got it?
I'll put it this way: if you book this, I don't care if I bring a chair and it can't fit.
Hold on.
I'm gonna. Oh my God, Meats Mania.
Hold on. If you do this at United SA, I'll stand on the side grilling fajitas. Whoever wins gets the first 5 fucking tacos, bro.
Oh
Let's just
my
do this
God.
shit.
5. You
Let's-
need like 10.
Whatever. Street tacos or shit. I don't know. Get some guy with a food truck to come make them. But that'd be fucking epic. Can you
That
imagine
would
that,
be
shit?
great.
Carne
Yes.
asada match. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Though
The
Meats
Stud-
Mania is pretty
the
bad.
Stud Stash Meats Mania Invitational.
We got a United show. Dude, you know you got to throw Angel in there right off the bat, buddy.
Okay, if you're coming on the show whatever week you book that shit. 'cause
If
that-
you
yeah,
you book this show, we bet. Look, no. If you book this show, we better get to at least commentate just this show and nothing else. That we can.
we're gonna have to live broadcast the pre-show at this point.
Yeah.
Live stream from on location.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hope we have good weather that day.
Oh,
I
please.
don't care. We're
Yeah.
doing it.
You know what? I'm with Mike. It
Look,
don't matter.
It's going to be like Jurassic Park with the T-Rex coming through in the rain. Like we're doing.
Oh,
if
my
it
gosh.
rains, they'll have to wear white t-shirts. That'd be fucking great. So,
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa. Too sexy.
I don't know. All
And
right.
he's one of my nephew.
It was born here, of course.
Oh
The
my
hotter,
god.
the better.
The
Oh.
WWE Royal Rumble, yeah, because that's actually taking place before Meets Mania, is
That would-
Saturday,
that would be
January
carne asada.
27th
Then that would
at
be the carne
7
asada.
p.m.
Oh.
Central Time. on Peacock at least for
I
the
don't even
next
want to
2
go to work
years.
tomorrow now. I'm done.
Oh my God,
Me
it'll be on
too.
Peacock, yeah, and then we'll see after 2026 if it goes to Netflix. Taking place at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida,
Oh my
home
God.
of the Tampa Bay Rays. And also, I just want to point out, our buddy Santana talked to him earlier today. He's going to try and get some tickets because he's not that far from St. Petersburg. He lives there
Oh,
now.
nice.
So
Mm.
yes, so might give us, see if we can make it there. So he
That'd
did
be
ask me
cool.
if there's any midget wrestling. I was like, nope, not going to be there. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh my Jesus, Jason wants in. So yeah.
He's like, I'm good.
Look,
Oh my God.
Look, at this point, if this doesn't happen at some point, I'm gonna make you be kind of sad. I can't even lie.
Yes.
I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed if we can't put this together because
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward to this more than I
I haven't been on the show in like months.
Look
this
what
And
is
just
happened.
for the hell of it, we get like a midget style match and called like Mini Meat Mania or some shit like that. I
oh
don't know.
my god.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
What?
No, and then watch it be like WLC and
Street
be like
tacos.
just as good as
Yeah, no,
Hell
exactly.
yeah.
street tacos.
Street tacos.
Street tacos. Let's move into the 1 minute warning segment
whoa.
here. Oh, sorry about that. Mike,
Oh,
do you have something this week?
I do.
All right. Whenever you're ready, go.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Breathe.
Hold on.
Oh my God!
Wait, who's going first?
Mike is going first.
Okay,
I
thank
know you
God.
need time. Relax.
Meats Mania.
Okay,
Go for it.
Tommy, don't hate me for this,
Oh no.
but you've said before that just because you don't like someone doesn't mean you can't admit when they're doing well. So even though we've made a lot of fun of Calientita on this show, she has got herself booked for UWW or whatever on February 4th, which has a lot of big names associated with it. And in the Women's Rumble, she lasted a legit 40 minutes until she was eliminated. I checked it again on the actual time of the show, and it was a legit 40 minutes. So even though she's mean, she's a bully, she can't
She
beat
loves
Izzy.
Takis.
She does love Takis. I don't know if that's a pro or con.
It's a pro,
but-
man. It's a pro.
Okay, that's what I thought, right? So I will give credit where it's due. She's been doing pretty well,
Oh.
except for her kryptonite being Izzy. I mean,
Yep.
Always.
So, she's done well so far. She's booked at Mission Pro again. I assume she's going to get being booked at RCW. So we have a lot of chances to boo her, but got to give credit where it's due. So
I mean, you do.
I do then.
All right, Tommy, you got something this week?
Yeah, it's yeah, I do.
All right. Well, are we ready? Set and go.
Okay, so this past weekend was WrestleMania. Many of you know I attended and hosted a panel for the one, the only Sergeant Slaughter. The great thing about the panel is I didn't have to do much. He basically came in and started talking. I had no problem with that whatsoever. But the reason I'm bringing it up is he told some great stories about how he started and about how he really got to WWF, especially known as WWF with Vince Sr., and just a lot of great stories like that. When you hear from his perspective, how he got there, all the things that he did to make the name for himself, he has earned every bit of success that he's got. He talked about how he actually had to turn down WWF for a while to be G.I. Joe, and then when that ran out, he went back to WWF and everything. So it was just a great weekend. I met some of my biggest Ranger crushes ever, which was like awesome. Deborah Stuff Phillips hugged me. I will take that with me to the grave. But the Sarge panel was great. He was great. He was great all weekend. He talked to everybody. And for those who don't know, yes, he put me in the Cobra Clutch. By the way, that dude is strong for 75, bro. It's like, holy crap. I wasn't trying to fight him or anything, but I was like, if I had to fight him, I'm pretty positive I would have lost immediately. I was like, hey, dude, I don't think I'd have got out of this if I had to actually get out of this. So yeah, so he got me in the clutch. I actually have where'd I put it? I just had it. He gives out a coin for people who puts in the clutch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Here it is. Here it is. If you guys can see it.
Very cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's on the back. Damn it,
It's too
this ring
bright.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it says it says Sergeant Slaughter, WWE Hall of Fame on the front. On the back, it has a symbol and it says proud member of the Cobra Clutch Club.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should be
That's
honored,
nice.
man. Always.
And just a quick side note. Apparently, just how we were talking to his agent and everything, he it went well. Like he was happy with it because like I didn't talk over him, and I only stopped him when it was like at the hour because he was enjoying talking with the fans like for that
Yeah.
whole hour. So Ted just said
Oh,
it.
very
Ted.
good, Ted.
Not tomorrow, yeah, because it's recorded for me.
Nice.
Panel video
So, yeah.
drops tomorrow, people.
Yeah, so check it out.
Boom.
It was really good. So please check it out. He's just a great storyteller, and if he's ever in your
Nice.
area, go see him. The guy definitely deserves a lot of praise still to this day because he's really cool.
All right. Well, Tina, it's been a while. You got something this week? You're up.
Okay.
All right.
Something short. I don't think we have anything.
Go for it.
Normally I would be hassling Mike about the Bellas.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So they don't have a show anymore, and the Miz show hasn't. I don't know if they're gonna have Miz and Mrs. anymore because it was pretty fun to watch. But a new show is gonna start soon on. It's gonna be Love and WWE with Bianca Belair and oh my god, I forgot her husband's name.
Montez Ford.
Montez Ford. I drew a blank. I'm sorry.
all good.
And so I'm really excited about watching that because I'm a big fan of both of them. And seeing the dynamic of, him being kind of in a tag team ish kind of and going to be a singles match person and his wife obviously taking off and the dynamic of that. And I really love those kind of things, just kind of see little insight of their, dynamic and stuff. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, I hopefully excited to go see some more local wrestling more and more, hopefully. It's hard with our busy schedules. Our kids are in a lot of sports, So hoping to see more of the local wrestlers and I hopefully get to learn some of their names because like I said, we went to the shows and I'm like, who's that? Who's that? And y'all were yelling their names and I'm like telling GC, what's his name? What's his name? Because I don't know. And my kids are also like, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
Yeah.
And
sometimes you just got to cheer for both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And
They,
so
they don't care. He just wants to yell.
Yeah.
Jay just wants to know who the bad guy is so he can boo him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
He really does. He's just like, who's the bad guy? I go, that one. Okay, I'm gonna boo him.
Well, he has to be careful. He has to go by show to see.
We're also gonna have to teach him about the multiverse soon. So
Yeah.
Oh, confirmed Meets Mania March
Hey!
15th.
there we go.
No,
Well, okay,
Mania.
that's just the next show. That may
That's
not
just
be.
the next show.
Okay,
He-
well, I
he
mean,
made-
James had the idea. Meets Mania, you can beat our shows, but you can't beat our meets. Just throwing this out there.
You can't be ashamed that you can be-
I didn't read the whole thing on
I didn't read that either. My
All right,
gosh.
Tommy? I'll be there.
No one's gonna stop you from beating that meat.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Dang, James.
Tina, look what you started.
Yeah.
I didn't start
I'm just
anything.
kidding. I'm kidding.
It wasn't even me.
I just meant you being here.
And by the
Wasn't
way,
it
Sash,
JC?
when you said that's cool, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah, of
JC.
course it was
JC was talking about
I
all the
just brought up
bigger
what
guys
Big. I
coming
just
together.
started. Big E said it. We just kind of fucking ran with it.
And then we all threw out names and kind of
Yeah.
saw that.
It was also
came
James a
out.
little bit. So
Yeah, James.
Well, I
He said
hate to be the
Mania.
one to bring the mood down a little bit, but this is something a bit personal to me, and it's somewhat related to the show because this guy got involved so many times, knocked over so many cameras, and even made appearances. But as you notice,
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
cat that didn't appear. Our lovely Ignacio disappeared this past
Yeah.
Saturday. Has been missing since then. I've got posters around the neighborhood. He's on Facebook next door. I'm going to be posting this on my Twitter account at Squints84. He's a white cat with blue eyes, no front claws, 16 years old. Has lived as an indoor cat his whole life, so it's very weird that he got out, but he has. And,
Yeah.
he's been diagnosed with a kidney ailment last month, has been needing special food and special medication for it. So
Or not
just
cheap.
want him to come home. So if you see him anywhere on a found list, if you live on the far west side where we do, if you see anything, please let us know.
Yeah.
This is the most recent picture. It was actually taken that morning of him and Sheldon. So we just want our boy to come home. So I'm gonna post this
Yeah.
information on my Twitter at Squints84.
Right now, he would have
WrestleCast
been
for everything.
bothering one of us.
He
Honestly.
probably, honestly, I don't know if you guys have known this, but for the last month, maybe you haven't realized this. Every time I've done this show, he's sitting in my lap,
Yeah, I
and
know.
he would be here. He would be here right now. So it's very weird to me that he hasn't been on my lap for this show. It's the first time in a while, and I miss him dearly. I've raised him since he was a kitten. Mike, you've cat sat him for a few times.
Several times.
Yes,
A few times.
Yeah, so several times, and this is
Let's just
I
say
just want him
that
home.
this cat has been with JC longer than I have. So
Yeah.
I met JC when Nacho was 1. So
Yeah.
he's a big part of our family. Our kids really miss him. They don't know, they think it's weird just having one cat right now because they're just like, it's so odd to just have one right now.
Yeah. So I just want my little boy to come home. Yes, Ignacio is his name. Yes, I named him after Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
And it's he's my Nacho, he's my Nachito, and it's pretty amazing.
Oh, and yes, I did name my cat after Big Bang
Yeah.
Theory.
Are you telling me that Nacho Libre is more than 16 years old?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I know.
Man.
Thanks, guys. Everyone's saying, hope you find them.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
If you're in the San Antonio area,
Oh
please
my
be on
God,
the lookout.
Jason, that is hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, announcer was like
Announcer
300
wrestler's
pounds
weight.
of meat.
Wow, that's good.
That would be epic.
Yeah.
That would be epic.
Wow.
Or like everything's a different kind of food.
And if they're vegan, 300 pounds of
250
plant-based
pounds
meat
of
or something.
chicken,
So.
you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Pollo asado.
This has been posted on Nextdoor. It's been posted in our neighborhood Facebook pages, on my Facebook page. It's been posted in
just for
animal
context,
care services, the Humane Society, everything like that.
Yeah, I
just
shared
for context.
it.
Just for context, Mike, Nacho Libre is 18 years old, or almost 18 because it was 2006.
God.
So.
And I still quote that movie flawlessly.
Brussels sweats. Yeah.
Don't you know these are the little chips?
Save me a bit of that corn.
Yeah, Nacho, I know you're probably not watching this, although you love to be on my computer when I was here too. But please, buddy, just come home. We miss you.
Come back, Saboteur.
Yeah.
Saboteur.
Yeah.
Sure. So
come back.
If you've been watching long enough with us, OG, you know that there's that one episode where we had the camera set up, and this is when we were in person, all 4 of us in person in my house with the camera set up, and he hit the camera and it blacked out everything.
So there's 2 parts to it. He knocked the camera over, and I had to play a little intermission, like technical difficulties thing that I put in there. If you go find the blooper reel, we weren't live. We were pre-recorded. If you go find the blooper reel later, that you hear our reaction, you see what actually happened with the camera.
Because we're all just looking at it, looking.
You just see all our heads at once turn, watch him, and then he hits the camera. It's hilarious. Yeah. And Tez was on the phone, like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah,
so
he was.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So thank you guys for giving me a little platform, and hopefully my little boy comes home. So
hopefully. We really do miss him.
All right, once again this weekend, no, it's not Meets Mania. It is the WWE Royal Rumble, Saturday, January 27th.
I mean, that's almost as good as that's almost as good, I guess. You know, Royal Rumble. You know.
Yeah, look, I'm buying tickets for Meets Mania. I'm not buying tickets for the Rumble. So.
Torque.
I swear to God, if that happens, and you have to print actual tickets, Dash. I'm just going to say this right now.
Because those are souvenirs.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
They should look like Mexican restaurant menus.
No. Oh my God.
Are they going to be readable? There's always so much food on there. Taking place at Tropicana Field, St. Petersburg, Florida. Check it out on Peacock and enjoy Peacock for the next couple of years for your WWE live events before Netflix overlords take over, because that's pretty much the way it's going right now. So.
Meets Mania will be better.
No lies detected here.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Once again, next week, we will recap the WWE Royal Rumble. Is Vengeance Day the following week after that, too? I think, actually. Vengeance Day is coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're also going to talk Vengeance Day, which is next weekend as well, the following weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Let's see if I muster up the strength to do another one.
Well, we appreciate you being on this one. It was a lot of fun. You
As long
show
as
up
I
and
get
we're
it-
talking Meets Mania. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
As long as I
So,
get enough sleep, we'll be
Yeah.
okay.
I understand.
I
And thanks, Joe. Thanks, James. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
James. Appreciate you
thank
checking
you,
us out,
James.
man.
Yeah, like,
Well, I'm
subscribe.
glad that you watched the show when I was on,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
because I haven't been on in months, so I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
So
It
be
was
sure
fun.
you, as my kids put, like and subscribe.
Oh,
This is
yes.
the handmade sign that my
Yep,
kids
from our
made. So
kids.
yes.
Yep.
Misspelled countdown, but they took the W out and put
You
no
need to
W.
let her take that to the shows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yep,
we
So,
do.
like and subscribe.
yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us here.
Birds.
Of course. Once again, we got Tina.
Adios. Stay safe, guys.
We got that guy Tommy.
Thank you, guys.
Oh my God.
God.
Yes.
We got Mike.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm
What the
JC. And as always,
It's
here with
Ted.
some
It's
baby
always
faces,
Ted.
remember, pro wrestling is real.
People
People
are
are
fake.
fake.
Reach for the sky,
Ooh.
boy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm putting that up there. Say your line, Mike.
Adios, Gunther.
Oh my God.